All right, ladies and gentlemen, little known fact about your boy Slick. One of my favorite SPGs is the Nashorn. I love playing it in Men of War, I love playing it in World of Tanks, and now I'm going to get the chance to play it in War Thunder. Very excited. So you're watching me play the Nashorn in World of Tanks right now. It's a pretty decent game. It was actually my first game of the day, and it'll probably be my last. I just decided to go buy the Nashorn again and play it. If you are about to comment and say this is a clickbait, my bad, I guess. I don't know. I mean, I figured playing the Nashorn and then talking about it and showing some pictures here and there is a little bit better than just looking at pictures. So yes, Nashorn. It's armed with the PAC 43 88mm cannon. That's the same gun that's on the Tiger II and the Jagd Panther and 30, I believe. But it's a beautiful gun. And since this thing is a Nashorn, it has no armor. I'm going to assume it's going to be a lower tier than the Tiger II, the Jagd Panther, and stuff like that. So this thing is going to be deadly. Look at the Martyr, right? So Baron is putting this out, and he has Martyr gameplay. Now, his Martyr gameplay, I played last night. He's sick and stuff like that, so I played the Martyr last night. Literally my first game, I got 9 kills with it. The Martyr is so good for its tier. It's not even that it can't be killed. It's just if you see somebody first, they will die. The gun is so good for its tier. Now, that's how I hope this tank plays. I hope this is put in a tier where if you see them first, you're going to kill them. And yeah, you can die, but it would just make it more fun, and it adds that level of tank destroyer feel. In real life, you set up ambushes and stuff with tank destroyers. You put them in the tree line and stuff like that. You don't rush with them. And then when the enemies push and they don't know where they are, and you literally knock them out like that, that would be amazing, and I'd love to use this in that sense. Now, this also gives me another idea or thought. One of the first things I think when I see this, I want to play it in sim. I absolutely love sim battles for tanks that have really good guns. I don't like low tier sim battles, but like high tier, if I can sit in a bush with a Tiger or kind of set up an ambush with a Martyr, like things like that, things with really good guns for their tier, I absolutely love that. And this falls into that category. You really get the feeling that you are an alpha predator when you're kind of like in a bush or in a tree line and you see like the enemy, we'll say here like an enemy IS-1 rolling, and you just like boom and then light them. It's just a really fun aspect, and I think simulator battles benefit from tanks like this, tanks that are very powerful and stuff. So yeah, I really hope that it's powerful. I hope it gets good ammo selection. I hope it's at a little bit lower tier than the Tiger II, maybe 6.0. I think that'd be fair, because it gets the really good gun, but it has absolutely no armor, and it's just a beautiful machine. Now, what I ask you guys, I absolutely love the Nashorn. Yes, I love the Stir and Mill, and I think the Stir and Mill should be added too with the 128. Now, let's talk about the Waffenträger. Do you guys think that they should add paper tanks like that? I hit my mic, I'm sorry. But yeah, it's a paper tank. But I think for sake of balancing the game out, adding tanks like that would help significantly for the German tree. So yeah, you have the Leopard, right? But the Leopard is this thin-skinned tank that doesn't always one-shot, and it always gets one-shot. If you add more of those, I mean, like the Waffenträger, even the Waffenträger Panzer IV with the 150 or the 128 or the autoloader, like something like that, I think would be very interesting to add to the game, because they're like low-profile tank destroyers at tier 5. I would rather have that than the Kanonen Jagd Panzer. Like that, I hate that tank. I hate the Kanonen Jagd Panzer. I think the derp guns for Germany, the paper derp guns, the 150s and stuff like that, should really be added to the game. I think the E100 needs a tech tree slot. I think the E100 with a 150 needs a tech tree slot. I think that'd be amazing. And a lot of people would be like, well, that's OP, that's OP. Bullshit. All right, Russia has a bunch of good tanks like that too, and I wouldn't mind adding those for every nation. You know, like the paper tanks. I wouldn't mind adding paper tank like the IS-7. Why not add the IS-7, the Waffenträger, you know, and the E-100? I think that'd be amazing. What if they added the Jagdpanzer E-100, the Jägeru? That would be. I think paper tanks for War Thunder tanks would really help the awesomeness of it. You know, right now it's realistic, but it's not. You know what I mean? So they have realistic tanks, but the gameplay isn't super realistic. You fight things that are equal to you, regardless of what year they're produced and stuff like that. So if you add the paper tanks and make them fight each other, it's the same concept, just with different vehicles that are more awesome than the last. I would. Oh my God! Imagine the Waffenträger, the one on the different chassis, the Tier 9 with the 150. Imagine playing that in War Thunder. How much fun you would have. How hard that thing would be to aim. But when you hit something, it was like a train hitting a semi. It was just like, that would be amazing. I think that'd be super fun. And I think, yeah, the IS-7 should be added. That'd be awesome. With all the machine guns, you could shoot behind your turret and stuff like that. I think War Thunder is doing well right now, and they're doing really smart releases, I would say, for this patch. Most of them. I don't like the KV-1S, but besides that, I think all the other releases are pretty smart. So, you know, elevating that to the next level. Like, why do people still play World of Tanks but they don't play this? Well, some of them like the arcade, but in most regards, this game is more realistic, has better graphics. And you know, arcade is fun. It's almost the same thing. So let's take it to the next step. Let's add some tanks that World of Tanks doesn't have. You know, why don't we add some planes that I think the seriousness of War Thunder, it's never going to work unless it's historically accurate. So if it's not going to be historically accurate, why not add some fun planes like the Supersonic 262, you know, with the swept wings and the V tail? That would be fun to add. You know, why not add some of those? And everybody's talking about adding missiles, and we're running short on planes and stuff, but we're really not. We're not running short on designs and cool little things to add. I mean, they have the Horton in there, so I think a couple other planes could be added. That'd be really cool. Well, anyway, thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. Leave a like if you did, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.